The Beecher neighborhood has been around for decades. It was built around 1939 in Louisville, Kentucky's Russell's neighborhood. This neighborhood has since become a staple in downtown Louisville. This neighborhood has had a lasting effect on its residents.
My best memory from Beecher Terrace is like when we all would have those days where the 10th Street Cardinals was playing football and everybody be outside, because I remember our uncle Darley used to coach, so it would be everybody outside, people grilling and cooking.
We used to play a lot in the coal shed. And play Tarzan and Jane.
We had two swimming pools in the back yard. They used to go out there and swim all the time.
Kids running around. It was like the whole neighborhood was out. Well, on 10th Street, the whole neighborhood was out. It was just nothing but like love, just happiness, because you around your family members, you around your neighbors.
But Beecher wasn't always a fun place to live. It was a very dangerous area, and it was quickly becoming a hotspot for gun violence.
Louisville Metro police officers responded to the 400 block of West Court at Beecher Terrace housing complex on Sunday afternoon. They are now investigating Louisville's 92nd homicide.
Violence, a phrase we've heard a lot this year, and that's exactly the feelings of family and friends who gathered to talk about the shooting death of a young man at the Beecher Terrace housing complex yesterday afternoon.
Vicki Rick, a few weeks ago, Jeanette Aber buried a son, and today she is reliving that same nightmare, planning another son's funeral. Now, police say 2 men were killed last night at Beecher Terrace, one of those her son, and authorities say it was all over gambling.
Beecher Terrace was slowly becoming a battlefield. The violence in the neighborhood had begun to skyrocket, and since the Jefferson County jailhouse was less than a 10-minute walk from the neighborhood, it was very easy to get arrested and put in jail. Soon the city realized it was time to tear the old neighborhood down and build it into something better.
You kill a community, but you do good. You have to grow.
It's bad though that people got pushed out of there, because a lot of people, like they was there from day one and they had to leave, and I know that's all they knew.
It's really hard, difficult, especially trying to get out on the bus and look at different locations and sites and not knowing who's going to accept your sexual aid and who's not.
The news of Beecher being torn down soon spread like wildfire, and around November 2017, everybody in Louisville knew. People realized that once Beecher was demolished, it would leave a ton of people displaced. Nobody had time to prepare, and during the first phase of the plan, a lot of people had to leave their homes and find somewhere new to stay. They weren't given a lot of time to do so, which resulted in a lot of people being angry. A couple months before the demolition in 2018, the former residents were told that they were allowed to come back if they wanted, and that there would be no change in rent. This caused everyone to rejoice with happiness. Sure, the old Beecher is no more, but that doesn't mean the people of the community can't turn it back into what it once was. A loving community with people who are willing to help anyone out.
And the way that it looks now, it looks really nice. It don't give me the same feeling that I felt when I lived there before, because of it being really different. Everything looks different. But I can go to a certain spot and be okay, this is where my granny used to live. This is where.
Just recently, in 2018, the city had finished the first 2 phases, which were housing for senior citizens. They kept their promise and allowed the former older residents to move back in. They plan to build more businesses and more housing as they continue. They also plan on rebuilding the park and giving the community a community building where meetings of all kinds can be held.